Good evening, I am Jeffrey Mittman, and this presentation will cover home video playback technology from the days of the battle between the VHS and Betamax formats to the use of present-day technologies. During the 1970s, many of the electronic manufacturers around the world had tried to develop a video system that could be used within the home by your average consumer. And Sony was one of the first to do so. There had been some tries earlier, but the expense had been too great for the average consumer to use a home video system. But Sony was able to develop the Betamax system, and they released it in 1975, and it was the first format to be widely used by consumers around the world. But one of the big drawbacks of the Betamax system was the short length that allowed for video replay. So when you used to go to video stores, many times when you rented your average length feature video, it would take 2 or 3 Betamax tapes to actually play the whole series. The second major format for home video used to enter the home market was the VHS, or Video Home System, that was developed by the JVC Corporation, or I believe in Japan it's known as the Victor Corporation. And it was released a year after the Betamax in 1976. And it was a direct competitor to Betamax. Sony and JVC had simultaneously developed these two systems to exploit an opportunity in the home video market. Now, VHS's main advantage over the Betamax was that it had a longer play time. It would allow 4 hours of playback instead of just 2 for a Betamax video. Sony and JVC competed with their different formats throughout the late 70s and early 80s. But JVC and VHS eventually won out in this battle. And they won out for two particular reasons. First of all, VHS had a longer playback time as compared to the Betamax tapes. But more importantly, JVC allowed other manufacturers to create VHS machines, produce and sell them, which brought down the cost of VHS machines as compared to Sony, who restricted the manufacturing of Betamax machines, therefore increasing the cost to the consumer. During the late 1980s and early 90s, manufacturers began to produce products to compete with VHS. And two of those products were the laser disc and the video CDs. Now, laser discs were about the size of a vinyl record album, but they were never widely used or widely accepted in North America. They were adopted throughout Asia, but they had a very limited number of titles that were available. The other competing product, as I mentioned, was the VCD, or the video CDs. These were not widely used either. They lacked resolution. They didn't produce a very good high-quality video. And they lacked the capacity to hold entire movie titles. So neither one of these products were very effective in competing with VHS. Finally, in the mid to late 1990s, a product was produced that really ended VHS's 15 years of dominance in the video playback industry. And of course, that was with the advent of DVDs. Now, DVDs were introduced in 1996, and within 4 years had surpassed, their usage had surpassed that of VHS. And the main reason for that was, number one, was the size of the disc. It's just the average size of a CD, but also, more importantly, it had better resolution than the VHS. Now, of course, it didn't stop there with DVDs. By the year 2000, about the time DVDs passed VHS, the Blu-ray disc was introduced. And a Blu-ray disc has about 25 times the capacity of a DVD, so it'll hold a lot more information, and it has a much higher video definition than DVDs do. It can produce that HD quality video. We are now starting to see the advent of digital media. We no longer have that physical player. We no longer have to have that DVD or that VCR within the home to watch video. And we're watching movies through different media, through our iPods, through our phones. And we're connecting all of these wirelessly, so I can watch a video on my television that is being broadcast from my phone or from my iPod. So what we're seeing now is doing away with that physical product and going to a more digital media to watch our videos. So there you have the evolution of video playback technology throughout my lifetime. From the time I was a child in a video store picking up an actual physical tape to today where I can broadcast video to my television from my phone or from my iPod. And I'll be more than happy to answer any questions you might have. Thank you.